Would it be a good time for a story? A little while back, I became friends with the witch, and I told her everything, mostly everything, the big impacts I've had in my life, right? And at first, I wasn't aware that she was a witch, you know, and she came like she was a coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach. And during the time of my life that she came into my life, I was going through it. I was going through it. I was having so much stress with the military of separating. I was having problems with my hip and my back, and little things were happening that I wasn't understanding, and I was feeling oppressing, you know. And she told me, I'm a professional coach. I help women, especially women with trauma, and I was interested because I wanted to get better. I wanted to help myself. After I spoke to her, there was a shift in the room, and my spirit knew it. I walked into a trap and I fucked it up already. And then I was in denial. So I left it and then I didn't speak to her for a while. And here and there, she would always just try to bring up those subjects and kind of manipulate the words and add in her own story or add in her details to see if I was saying the truth or not, if it was still the same story, right? And I'm an open book. I didn't care. I told her, no, it wasn't like that. It was like this. Over the course of a few weeks, I started getting sick and sicker and sicker. And over a few seasons, I was unrecognizable. I was a mess. I was disgustingly sick. I was really thin. I was having like bipolar episodes. I was disgusting. It didn't feel like me, you know. And I remember I bumped into her. She said like, "Oh, you don't look so good, and this and this." And I told her no. She said, "Well, what's going on?" And then it's not like I could hide it. I was like, "Well, I'm having problems with my stomach." It's like, "Oh, I have this same thing. This is gonna help you. Try this, try this." But when I saw her face, even though she was being okay, I saw a wickedness behind it, and I didn't understand what was going on. So I had to start being a little bit more on God there because I was like, I don't know if you're real or not, but this is happening to me and I need your help. And I just want to start this relationship with you because I don't know what's going on in this world. It's just kicking my ass. And I know you're real, but I don't know if you're real right now. And I just want to know you. Started reading the Bible. I started kind of watching movies of faith, of religion, trying to get my footing in who he was, who was saying the truth in the stories, what Bible was actually real, you know? And I was bouncing on and off, on and off. And it was trying so hard to stay alive, to stay healthy, to stay on top of it. I was dying, you know? And there was times that I started meditating. I started learning to meditate and, to do breath work, mindfulness. I started doing yoga. I started learning Ayurveda. I started cleaning my body. I started learning to ground spiritually. right? I was trying to condition and understand what this world is. What realm are we? What are we really in? What's causing all these illnesses? I wanted to get to the root of what it was. And I felt like I opened a spiritual gate that I wasn't supposed to open. And God was mad at me. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but this feels good because it's calm and it's peaceful and I have control. I was manipulated like an idiot. And I opened my third eye. And the heaviness and the darkness that came with that. And I knew in my spirit, it was so crazy that I knew that God was mad at me for doing it. And then I just felt like He didn't love me for it, right? Because the spirits are watching you, the spirits are infested with you now. So they were keeping me in a prison in a spiritual realm that was like a labyrinth that doesn't end. You're just there and you're just there. And every time you turn, it's a new track, but it's familiar. And that's just how I kept going. And there was a particular night that I got really bad and I was just crying, crying and screaming to him to come and save me because I was being so oppressed by demons, so attacked by them, me and my family. And I was sick of it. I was sick of them having control of me. And he came and he rescued me, and since then I became very fond of him and I started going to churches. I started doing Bible study. I started learning more. I started reading the Bible. And something always just still stops me from reading. Something always just stops me from doing things that he needs me to do. And I used to blame ADHD. I used to blame depression, anxiety, all of those. Like, oh, it's just because my mental illness is demons. You're still giving them permission to manipulate you. And we get to this point that we just don't know what to do because we've been praying for deliverance from it, but still, it's still there. It's still there, and we're still struggling. But you're only struggling because there's still a little bit of doubt in your heart that He's gonna come for you. And He's training you to not have that doubt, that little splinter of doubt. He's trying to teach you not to have it because He comes through. You don't have to worry about Him leaving you behind. He won't do that. A lot of us use our childhood as an excuse for failing in the present moment for whatever duty we gotta get done. Because it's easier to say it's something from my childhood than to say I'm fighting a demon now and I don't know how to end it. I don't know how to kill him. I don't know how to execute it. And I'm leaving it to Jesus to do it. But for right now, I'm holding him off until he gets here. I have to fight him until he gets here. I can't keep taking punches anymore. When you start a journey with God, you're going to get a deception with such a depth beyond your understanding. And psychological warfare that you're going to face soon. That's what you need to do. You're training your spirit so you can stand strong and firm when they come and attack so you don't fall in it again. Fight back. And it's wild because I've been wanting to record this message. I've been wanting to get it out, and every time it was attacking my health. Right now, it's attacking my health. It feels like someone just got me by the face, you know? I rebuke it in the mighty name of Jesus. I rebuke all attack. This message is to show you guys that every single one of us has an enemy next door to us because we're children of God. And you can't be ignorant to think that you're fine because you have people praying day and night for your downfall. And you're only praying when it's convenient for you. Don't let them outpray you. That's how they win you. Pray. Read the Bible. Those are your weapons. That's your answer. That's your escape.